All right. Okay, so this is welcome back. Good morning. This is what I would like to share with you guys. Something I've always done too. One of my trading models, intraday range theory. Okay, there are certain things that must have happened, areas where I'm expecting this thing to happen, the particular time I want it to happen, okay, and how many waves I want it to happen before it gets to my point of interest. Okay, so this is actually what I, marked out before it happened. Okay, this was actually when it hit my buy area. So you can see the time when it hit my buy area. And this is what we have right here. Okay, before it actually hit the buy area, you can see it at 11970. Okay, so this was my point of interest. This is where I wanted to buy from. I checked everything. Okay, I've had all my confirmation. So I just need price to get to a particular area at a certain time. So that was my final confirmation, and it still gave a re-entry for the whole thing. So I'm going to introduce to you the intraday range theory and how I benefited from this whole move, about 110 pips thereabout. Okay, so this also trades right here. So I had 3 orders. The first one I TP'd, okay, secured. Then the next one was the remaining 2 was open. Okay, so this is how it all played out. Okay, right now I'm going to explain to you guys how I caught this move. Okay, first and foremost, okay, on the daily chart we have the last point, we have this accumulation phase before the market broke out of here. Okay, and looking at this particular level here, we're expecting price to come back. If you put your Fibonacci, you can see that this place was around 90%, okay, retracement. So most smart money traders will be waiting for price to hit this point here, take out liquidity, or retail traders are waiting for price to touch here the second time, right here, then they start taking up the trade. All right, so that's not what I'm watching for. I want to see certain moves happen before price gets to this point. All right, so now I'm going to start off with the intraday range theory and how I got my confirmations for this particular trade. Okay, it's all smart money. Remember, all entries are precise. That's how my trading has been, precision. Okay, so I want this thing to happen within a particular time. It must happen during, I must have my high and my low during the New York session, overlap session. Take note of that. Should have those points, those highs and lows during the New York session, the high and the low during the New York session. Okay, so right now, let's go to the 4 hours time frame. No, let's go to the 1 hour time frame so I can go directly to explain how this whole move happened. Okay, now watch out the first. Okay, you can see the boxes I used there. Okay, you can see the boxes. Let me remove this. Okay, so now I want to see a high. Great. Okay, first of all, let me just give you guys some to refresh your memory. Smart money, like those highs, those lows and all that. Okay, now this high here, are you seeing this high? This high was created by what? Was created by Asian session, and the low was what? Created by Asian session. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. Okay, I want high created by the New York session. Okay, high created by New York session. You can see the sideways movement. Okay, right now at this point, you're gonna say this is what? A lower high. All right, a lower high, a lower high. Okay, right from this point now, a lower high. So not, it's not a must that the market must take out this Asian high while going back up. Okay, that's what most traders expect the market to do. But most of the times it gives you a hint. If you really understand where the market wants to go, it gives you a hint what the market is about to do. Okay, so this is actually a lower high, a lower high. Okay, so I'm not interested in this. At this point, I don't even know what is happening, but I just want to, I want to see certain things play out. Then I can now, hit my trigger, my buy trigger. All right, so we had these highs right here. We had these highs right here, created by what? So you have to use your session time. You know how to turn on your session time. Session time must be on. So this point here, it's your London session. This point right here, it's your overlap New York session. This is when New York traders come into the market. So this is the high we had during the New York session. So we all can see that there's a New York high right here. And we also have going down here, we can see this is also in New York low. So this first point, one, then the next day, this is the high traded by New York. Boom, I'm done. All right. So now we're going to measure this. This is the most simplest way to do this. This is the high right here, the box, and bring it down to this point. Oh, boom. Okay. All right. So now this is the high, the London, not London, rather, sorry, the New York high, and the low too was created by what? New York. Okay. Now this next high right here is created by what? The New York. That's what I want to see. If maybe during New York session we have, during Asian session we now start having price going above here, then this whole thing has been violated. Okay, it must be highs and lows from New York session. All right, so when looking at this point, I know so many traders will be like, this point has been taken out. Okay, and we have liquidity X. Most traders will be like, wow, this is momentum. They've taken out liquidity, and let's start buying from here. I'm sure so many people bought from here. All right, so many people bought from here. It's like you're in a downtrend and market has taken out liquidity. This is the most common type of smart money trade. Market takes out liquidity and boom, price is coming back down. Okay, snipe off this H1 block here. Boom, this is not it. Okay, we are still to the downside. We've had the BOS to the downside right here. Okay, so now going back to what I was saying, let me clear this chat. Going back to what I was saying. So you measure this box. What are you going to do next? Now, this is the high created by the New York the next day. Now, remember, the low must be created by what? New York. Okay. Let's clone this. Let's clone this. Clone. Where is my tools? My tools are not coming up. Okay, look at it right here. Clone. So you're going to clone this box. Then I'm going to shift this box from here down. So we must hit this range. Okay, so this is where I got it from. So from this high, I must wait for the market to hit this point during New York session. So it's not, I don't want to see Asian session, getting to this point. I want the New York traders to hit this point. This is actually an algorithm that is designed to do certain things within a particular range and a particular time. So don't just think all these things are BS. It actually works. Okay, so it all depends on what model you're using to trade. But if you really understand, have different trading models, you would know where the market will reverse at in a particular time. You will definitely know. Okay, you just need to have one, two confirmations. All right, so this is right here. You can see the range, and this must be during what? This low must be during the New York session. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, now created by New York. Okay, what happened? Boom. During Asian session, you see this spike right here. So this is not actually, I want to see this range. This is the first one, this is the second one. So this is where I'm expecting the market to reverse from. And thirdly, we have this for your TP. You can also clone this, clone for your TP. Okay, but it must complete that, right? So from right here, okay, so this is the target. Remember, this is the target right here. This high is here, so they have to take it out, and this high must also be, taken out by the New York session. So all these things are actually meant to happen. Okay, so you can see right here the highs of New York been taken out by the highs of New York too. All right, so you can see immediately market hit this point, boom, it started going back down. All right, so right here, when this thing happened, I was like, oh, this is the time to place more orders. Okay, so we can see from here, we have this move right here, the early move, right here, and the stop loss is just right here, and the stop is just the low, which is the New York low, which is around here. So this was the entry. So let me remove this bigger box. So let's have a clearer chart and expand it so we can see where the entry came from. Right, so we can see right here. All right, so this was the move and re-entry. Your stop loss is just underneath this low right here, which is about 10 pips. The entry was so right here, rejections, then boom, I trade off this particular block right here. So this is your entry, and price, started going. Okay, so we can see this trade was literally 1:11, and the lows was also created by what? The New York session, and smart money will always remain smart money. It doesn't change. Okay, so we see how price targeted this highs here. So, and boom, market has opened with a gap. Okay, you see, New York session took out block, but I guess no others were actually filled here before price started going back down. Okay, so this is basically how I caught Euro USD 100 pips just using my intraday range theory. Okay, so even before the market gave the entry, I was already in for the trade. I was already in even before it gave this entry at this point right here. I've already, because it's something I've done over and over and over and over again. Okay, so when certain things happen, you just place your order and boom, and you just see it playing out. All right, so this is actually how I caught the whole move on Euro USD using intraday range theory. All right, so I'm still going to from now I'm going to open up the channel again for people that are interested in learning smart money. It's been a while I posted something on this. So this whole thing, it was actually done for private students. So I just had to give you a little hint so you could also add it to your trading models. All right, so please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also share to your friends. Do not hide this knowledge. Do not hide this knowledge. Share to your friends. And I'm going to bring up some other videos to explain some other tricks in smart money after now. Okay, so hit the subscribe button so you'll get notified when I'm dropping a new video. All right, so that will be all for now. See you next time.